Todd, don't you stay plugged up all the time doing that carnivore thing? Hey, what's going on? I get that question a lot when people find out that I'm doing the carnivore diet. They would say, hey, what's the bathroom situation like? You stay plugged up all the time? Aren't you constipated? This week, I was visiting Mom. Hey, Mom, promise I want to try and get by more often. Love you. She lives in a senior healthcare facility. And they recently started doing, 3 days a week visitations, a couple hours a day, as we're, still in this COVID crisis. And so I try to plan my days where at least on one of those visitation days, I'm in her area and I can stop by. And, I always keep my lunch in my car with me, and I have a little lunch box. If I know I'm going to be somewhere where I can heat something up, I usually take ground beef with me. If not, then I'll have burger patties that I can eat cold, or steak, leftover steak that I can eat cold. I don't like to nuke those. They just don't taste the same. Steak, right off the grill, put some salt and butter. Nothing better, right? So I was visiting Mom this week, and I was eating my ground beef. And one of her healthcare nurses came in, and she looked at what I was eating, and she's like, "Well, is that just beef?" And Mom's like, he's lost a lot of weight eating nothing but beef. And she asked me how much. I'm sitting there explaining to her, and here comes that first question. Don't you stay plugged up all the time? And I was like, no, ma'am. Honestly, that situation, never been better. And so I wanted to come on here and share this, video. It's not an easy topic to talk about. Again, I got to tell you, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a health coach. I'm just trying to share my journey so that you can see what's possible. So consult with your doctor before making any drastic changes. But for me, the first 2 weeks was iffy. Your body has to adjust. And again, you might have a different situation, and different results than what I had. If you're about to start, I'll say this. If you think you have gas, it's probably not gas. So be cautious. Give it a couple weeks. Let your body adjust. A lot of times, people, they'll stop the carnivore before it even begins because, they're not getting their body, they're not letting their body adjust to the new lifestyle. That's why I say, man, give carnivore 30 days. It's a great elimination diet. If you're, something you're considering carnivore and you've never heard of it before or don't know anything about it, there'll be a link below to a carnivore survival guide. It's just a real quick startup guide to get you going. Ask your questions away. I'm an open book. I'll answer them for you. But that'll get you going. Hey, also, there'll be a link to Caitlin and Ellen Weeks' book, The 30-Day Carnivore Diet Challenge. I think it's $24.99. That'll really get you going. It's been awesome for me. I mostly stick with just, ground beef and steaks, but occasionally I want something different, and there's recipes, there's grocery lists, there's meal plans. I think it's $24.99. It's definitely worth it. We'll put a link below that as well. Okay, so I was telling her that I was like, no, I really don't get constipated. In fact, it's really been a lot easier, if that makes sense. When you eat junk, you waste junk, right? When you eat beef, it's nutrient dense. It's so nutrient dense that your body absorbs it. And this is stuff that I've learned, but watching videos, guys, reading up. I'm definitely not trying to sound like an expert here, but it's what I've experienced. It's part of my journey, and so I'm just sharing this with you. But I'm trying not to get graphic. But when you don't eat a lot of junk, you don't waste a lot of junk. When you're just eating beef, nutrient dense items, I say beef because that's what I eat. Better salt your beef. That when you're just eating beef, your body absorbs it, and therefore you don't have to go as often. I usually go, once a day. Occasionally I'll skip a day. So it's not as often, and it's definitely not as much. And so, I'd say it's easier, it's simpler. The things I like. Wiping issues, if you understand what I'm talking about, has been a non-factor. You don't have those crazy, wipes for days like you do sometimes when you're eating junk. Usually it's what they call a ghost wipe, where quick and easy, done. Odor, I don't want to say it's eliminated, but it's greatly improved. When you're constipated, it hurts sometimes, right? Well, you don't have those because of the you know, the size of your poops. You know, it hurts, so you don't have that when you're on an all beef diet or all meat diet. You don't really have that, so you don't have that experience. And so, man, no, I don't experience constipation. After my body adjusts after the first couple of weeks, it's been easy. Now, occasionally, you know, what I've found is if I eat something maybe a little extra greasy or extra butter or whatever, yeah, there's always going to be an exception, okay? But in general, for the most part, it's way better than before. Man, it's a hard topic to talk about. I hope it made sense. Ask questions away. Tell me your experience. Put it down in the comments below. Also, if you're starting a carnivore diet and you just need a little bit of guidance, we'll put that carnivore survival guide link below. And there'll be a link to the 30-day carnivore diet challenge as well in case you want to go more in depth. For more information on this all meat diet that I'm doing, we'll put a link right here so you can see the all meat diet before and after results. And until next time, God bless. Keep grilling.